You have been taught that prosperity comes through struggle, through endless effort and strain. And so you have struggled, and the struggle itself has become your prayer to the subconscious mind. What you have affirmed through your labor, your worry, and your belief in hardship, this is what you have received. But there is a law you have not yet recognized. Prosperity is not the reward for exhaustion. It is the natural expression of a consciousness aligned with abundance. The subconscious mind does not respond to your fatigue. It responds to your faith. When you believe that wealth requires struggle, you instruct the deeper mind to manifest wealth only through struggle, and it obeys. It has no choice but to create according to the pattern you impress upon. Every anxious thought, every fearful calculation, every sleepless night spent worrying over money, these are seeds you have planted. But today, you are going to learn a different way. You are going to discover that the same law which has brought you struggle can bring you ease. The subconscious is impartial. It waits only for your instruction. And when you change your instruction, your experience must change. Let me explain to you what has happened. From childhood, you absorb the belief that life is hard, that money is scarce, that only through sweat and sacrifice can you earn your place in the world. You watched those around you labor and strain. You heard the voices of authority say, nothing comes easy, and you must work for everything you get. And so you accepted this as truth. You did not question it. The subconscious mind, being the servant of belief, received this instruction and began to organize your life accordingly. It brought you circumstances that required struggle. It attracted situations that demanded effort. It created experiences that confirmed what you already believed, because that is its function. The subconscious does not argue. It does not judge. It simply accepts and expresses. Now, here is what you must understand. The subconscious mind makes no distinction between a belief that serves you and a belief that harms you. It does not ask whether your conviction is wise or foolish, true or false. It only asks, do you believe it? And if you do, it becomes the law of your experience. You have been living under a false law, the law of struggle. You have made struggle your intermediary between desire and fulfillment. You have placed it as a condition, as though the universe required your suffering before it would grant your good. But this is not divine law. This is human invention, born of fear and misunderstanding. Divine law operates differently. The infinite intelligence that created the stars and set the planets in motion does not struggle. The tree does not strain to grow. The flower does not wrestle with the soil to bloom. There is an effortless unfolding, a natural expression of the creative principle within, and you are part of that same intelligence. You are an expression of that same creative power. When you recognize this, you begin to see that prosperity is not something you must chase, capture, or wrestle into submission. It is something that flows to you when you align your consciousness with it. It is the natural result of a mind at peace with abundance. But you have been taught to mistrust ease. You have been conditioned to believe that if something comes easily, it cannot be real or lasting. And so, even when opportunity appears before you, even when the door opens without resistance, you hesitate. You question it. You think, this cannot be right. I have not suffered enough for this. Do you see now how faith turns the invisible into form? Do you see how your own belief has been the architect of your experience? The truth is this: effort has its place, but struggle does not. There is a difference. Effort is the natural movement of intelligence expressing itself through you. Struggle is resistance born of fear and doubt. One is aligned with divine order, the other is opposed to it. You have mistaken action for struggle and presence for passivity. You have thought that unless you are anxious, you are not trying. Unless you are worried, you are not responsible. Unless you are exhausted, you have not earned your reward. But the subconscious responds not to your fatigue, but to your faith. It answers not your fear, but your conviction. What you accept inwardly, you experience outwardly. Now, let us arrive at the realization that changes everything. The subconscious mind is the medium through which infinite intelligence expresses in your individual life. It is not separate from the divine. It is the channel through which all creative power flows into form. When you speak to your subconscious, you are speaking to the same power that governs the universe. And this power knows no strain. It creates effortlessly. It manifests abundantly. It responds immediately to the nature of your belief. If you impress upon it the feeling of struggle, it will create conditions that require struggle. If you impress upon it the feeling of lack, it will produce experiences of scarcity. But if you impress upon it the feeling of abundance, the quiet certainty that your good is already yours, that provision is natural, that prosperity flows to you as easily as breath, then it must produce circumstances that reflect this truth. This is not wishful thinking. This is law. The subconscious accepts as true whatever you feel to be true. It does not wait for evidence. It does not require proof. It responds to the impression, the feeling tone, the dominant belief that you hold. And so the question becomes, what are you impressing upon your subconscious mind right now? What is the feeling tone of your thoughts about money, about work, about your worthiness to receive? The subconscious is the servant of belief. Let me show you how to work with this law in practical terms. First, you must withdraw your faith from struggle. This is not a passive act. It is a deliberate shift in consciousness. You must cease affirming hardship through your thoughts and words. When you find yourself saying, I have to work so hard for everything, stop. Recognize that you are instructing your subconscious to make everything hard. Instead, affirm quietly, my good comes to me easily and naturally. I am guided to right action, and my efforts are blessed. This is not denying the value of work. It is refusing to make struggle a prerequisite for success. Second, you must cultivate the feeling of prosperity now, before the evidence appears. This is where most people stumble. They say, I will feel prosperous when I have money. But the law works in reverse. You must feel it first. The feeling is the cause. The manifestation is the effect. How do you cultivate this feeling? Through quiet contemplation and deliberate attention. Sit in stillness each day and imagine yourself living in the manner you desire. Do not focus on the things themselves, the money, the possessions, the titles. Focus on the feeling those things represent to you. Is it security, peace, freedom, joy? Identify the feeling, and then dwell in that feeling as though it were already yours. The subconscious does not distinguish between a real experience and one vividly imagined with feeling. When you mentally dwell in the state of abundance, you are impressing that state upon the deeper mind, and it will externalize it. Can you feel that quiet certainty stirring within you now? Third, practice gratitude for what is already present. Gratitude is the acknowledgement of good received. When you give thanks for the air you breathe, the water you drink, the roof over your head, you are affirming that life supports you. You are recognizing the activity of divine providence in your affairs, and what you acknowledge grows. Ingratitude closes the channel. It says to the subconscious, I am lacking, I am deprived, and the subconscious, being faithful to your word, creates more conditions of lack. But gratitude opens the floodgates. It says, I am blessed, I am provided for, and more good flows towards you. Fourth, release resentment and forgiveness toward those you believe have withheld prosperity from you. Perhaps you harbor anger toward an employer who did not pay you what you deserved. Perhaps you resent those who have wealth while you do not. These feelings are poison to your consciousness. They block the flow of good. Forgiveness is not condoning wrong. It is releasing yourself from the bondage of negative emotion. When you forgive, you free your mind to accept new good. You dissolve the barrier between desire and fulfillment. Now, understand that right action still has its place. I am not teaching you to sit idly and wait for abundance to fall from the sky. The infinite works through you, not apart from you. You will be led to act. You will be inspired to move. But the action will feel natural, not force. It will come from guidance, not desperation. When you are aligned with the law of effortless prosperity, opportunities appear, doors open, the right people come into your life, ideas flow to you, you find yourself in the right place at the right time. This is not coincidence. This is divine intelligence arranging circumstances in response to your inner state. And this is where understanding becomes demonstration. Let me give you an example from the lives of those I have known. A man came to me burdened by debt and exhausted from years of struggling to build his business. He worked long hours, worried constantly, and felt himself sinking deeper. I told him what I am telling you now. Your struggle is your prayer. You are affirming lack through every anxious thought. He began to practice what I am teaching. Each night before sleep, he entered into the feeling of financial freedom. He gave thanks for his business as though it were already thriving. He withdrew his attention from the bills and placed it on the vision of success. Within months, new clients appeared. A loan he had given up on was repaid. An unexpected opportunity presented itself. His circumstances changed. Because his consciousness changed, the outer is always a reflection of the inner. Always. Fifth, and finally, trust the process. The subconscious works in ways you cannot always perceive. There is an intelligence directing your affairs far greater than your conscious reasoning. When you plant a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up each day to see if it is growing. You trust the law of growth. Apply this same trust to your mental seed. Faith is imagination directed toward good. You are beginning to see now that prosperity is not the prize at the end of a long, painful journey. It is the natural expression of a mind in harmony with divine abundance. The universe does not withhold from you. You have been withholding from yourself through false belief. Release the old pattern. Let go of the conviction that life must be hard, that money must be scarce, that you must earn through suffering what is already yours by divine right. These are shadows, not truth. The truth is this: you are one with infinite intelligence. The same power that creates worlds flows through you now. It seeks expression as prosperity, health, and joy in your life. It asks only that you cease blocking it with fear and doubt. As you go forward, carry this understanding with you. When the old anxiety returns, when the habit of struggle tries to reassert itself, pause. Return to the feeling of ease. Return to the knowledge that your good is already established in the invisible, and it must take form in the visible. Speak to your subconscious mind with the authority of one who knows the law. Say with quiet conviction, I am prospered. I am guided. I am provided for. My life unfolds with divine ease, and it will be so. The law is faithful. The subconscious never fails. What you impress upon it with feeling and faith must come to pass. Go now in peace, in certainty, and in the knowledge that effortless prosperity is not only possible, it is your natural inheritance.